This past December 3rd, Saturday, 2022, another totally avoidable, tragic incident and an example of what can happen when you allow yourself to become frustrated, impatient, and offended. In Stuart, Florida, a 75-year-old man got offended. He admits to the media and the police that he got mad when his neighbor walked away from him when he was trying to talk to him, and so he shot and killed his neighbor. I'll have the link to the story down below and all that. Absolutely jaw-droppingly stupid situation that could have been totally avoided. Stuart, Florida, this past December 3rd, this past Saturday, 75-year-old Mr. Hootman encounters his neighbor who lives in the condo below him. They both live in these HOA, these homeowners association condos there, and I don't know how long they've been beefing. It's probably been going on for a while, but Mr. Hootman encounters Mr. Wallace, our victim, at the mailboxes. Mr. Hootman wants Mr. Wallace to apologize to his wife, Mrs. Hootman, for being loud and rude to her. Mr. Wallace does not want to engage, does not want to have anything to do with Mr. Hootman, and tries to walk away. And Mr. Hootman acknowledges and admits he got mad. So he pulled out his 9mm and shot Mr. Wallace twice in the chest, dropping him and killing him right then and there. Mrs. Wallace comes out. She sees her husband laying on the ground bleeding out. She gets upset. Of course she does. Mr. Hootman decides to shoot and kill her too. Wow. A horrific example of what can happen when you allow your emotions to take over, you allow yourself to get offended, frustrated, and impatient, and you go down this course of action and you just blindly go without taking a moment to slow down, take a breath, assess the situation. From a conflict de-escalation standpoint, Mr. Wallace, our victim, was doing everything he could and doing it right. He was trying to walk away. There's no law, rule, regulation, policy, or anything that says that you must, you shall, you will engage with someone who's being loud, rude, and obnoxious or whatever. You don't have to get into an engagement with someone. You can walk away, and that's exactly what Mr. Wallace was trying to do. Unfortunately, Mr. Hootman, our suspect here, let himself get offended that this man was ignoring him and walking away. Hey, you know what? God bless you for wanting to defend your wife's honor and stuff like that. But then you end up doing something like Will Smith. You end up doing things like so many other people in this country. In that moment, a misguided honor and frustration and anger, you end up saying you're doing something that escalates the situation. And in this case, an 85-year-old man is dead. Well, and his 81-year-old wife. Folks, slow down, take a deep breath, and assess the situation and assess yourself. Stay calm. Is this a battle you want to pick that you need to engage in? So someone's walking away. You take a deep breath and you say to yourself, you know what? That's just a total jerk. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't figured it out yet, but on this planet, in this world, you will run into idiots and knuckleheads and rude, obnoxious people. Just let them go. Let them get out of your life. There's no reason, there's no policy. Again, there's nothing that says you have to engage with them. There's no policy or regulation or rule that says you have to have them in your life. Mr. Wallace is walking away. Mr. Hootman could have taken a deep breath, muttered under his breath, called Mr. Wallace a couple names, and just went on with his life. But he made the tragic decision to not only kill Mr. Wallace, but then engage and kill Mrs. Wallace as she came out. Take a slow, deep breath, folks. Slow yourself down. Assess the situation. And for those of us who carry handguns, I absolutely believe in the right to carry handguns. However, do it responsibly and recognize that the right to carry a gun doesn't mean it's the right thing in that moment to use it. And this old man, Mr. Hootman, he's really made a mess of things. Slow down, take a deep breath, assess the situation, walk away when you can, let it go when you can. Totally avoidable situation. Don't let yourself get offended, impatient, or frustrated. See you on the next video.